Good morning, my friends. Welcome to class. Let's get started. Welcome to Foundations of English 9 for Friday, the 18th of September, 2020. Today, our focus is on editing and reflecting on the summary that you've written. We're going to do activity 15, go through it in depth through this video, and then you have your independent work, which is to finish your read works, to do your responsible use agreement, and there will be instructions on that later. And then make sure you're checking in Canvas for your assignment scores. Everything is now updated. You should see all of the assignments we've done so far and a score. Remember, if you see a 50% or a 0, it means you didn't do it and you need to go back and do it. In activity 15, I've given you a checklist. That checklist is of all of the things you are going to check today when you edit your summary. So yesterday we edited for content. You worked with a partner to revise your summary and to look at the ideas. Today you're going to look at just the words, the mechanics, the language. So let's go through each step of this checklist so that you know exactly how to do it. First, you're going to read your summary out loud so you can hear the errors. It is so much easier when you read your writing out loud to hear the mistakes. You could also ask a sibling or parent or friend to do it for you. You could do this even with a classmate over a Google Hangout. Then you're going to focus on individual words and sentences rather than the meaning. So you're looking just at the word level and the sentence level to make sure it's all correct. You can take a sheet of paper up over your screen and uncover the lines line by line, or you can print it out and use a piece of paper and just do it the old-fashioned way. You can also, again, use a stylus or your finger or a pencil to touch each word as you read. That will force you to slow down and notice the mistakes. So again, you've looked for overall meaning, now you're looking word by word. You could also try reading it backwards. Sometimes starting with the last sentence and reading that and then working your way up helps your brain focus on just the words rather than the overall meaning. I'm sure you all use spell check or the Grammarly extension through Chrome, but if you don't use it, here's how you turn it on. It's in the Tools menu. You can see in Spelling and Grammar you can do a check and show spelling and grammar suggestions as you type. So it is important that you make sure you've done all of your revision before you do the editing, because when you edit, you're editing your final copy, the one that you're just about to turn in. If you've got major revisions left to do, like if you didn't do activity 14 yesterday, you need to do that first, because you might change things, and if you edit it and then make changes, you're going to have to edit it again. Also, make sure you're checking the spell check suggestions. They're pretty good, but they're not always correct. Now the basic stuff. You guys have done a module on capitalization in Quill, so make sure that you've capitalized your name when you put it on the paper, as well as the author's name, Jeff Colvin. You've spelled his name correctly. You've capitalized the title of his article the same way you see it in the original article, and the magazine where his article was published, as well as dates like October when you use that in your first sentence. So I will hold you accountable for all of those things you learned in the capitalization unit. Second, make sure that the title of the article is in quotation marks. It is a short piece, so it goes in quotation marks rather than underlined. So also the magazine where he published it, Fortune magazine, should be in italics. Next, if you've used his words from the article, you need to make sure they are in quotation marks. However, you really should not be using many of his words in the article. You should be paraphrasing and putting them into your own words. So as you're reading through this time, look for places where you've used more than 4 words from the original article, and make sure you fix that by putting it into your own words. Sometimes rearranging the words helps. Sometimes thinking of other words that mean the same helps. Sometimes just switching things up entirely and asking yourself, what is he saying here? And then putting it in your own words in your head and jotting that down. So again, make sure it is in your own words, or if you've used his words, you put it in quotation marks. And again, if you don't do one of those things, it's called plagiarism, it is cheating, and you cannot do that. So if you copy and pasted from the article at all, you need to fix those in this process. Now you're going to go through all those steps, make sure you've done all of those things, and where you are going to do this is in activity 15. So there's a place down here on activity 15 for you to paste your summary. Now hopefully yesterday you have it in activity 14, you made some changes with your partner, so you should take that in whatever form it's in and bring it here so you can do your editing in this document, and this will be your final draft. When you've done that and you've gone through the checklist, you have one last part, which is the reflection assignment. There's 6 questions. What was difficult about this? What was difficult about writing? What was easy about it? What did you learn about writing a summary? What do you think your strengths are in this? And you can add a comment specifically on the sentence you think is the strongest. And that helps me know that you understand your own writing, and it helps me see where you think your strengths are. And then on the same token, what are your weaknesses? Is there a part in your summary that you really think you need help with from me before I score it? And then finally, what did you learn from this assignment about your own reading and writing process? So through all the steps that we did, all the 15 activities leading up to today, what did you learn about your ability to read and write and yourself as a learner? So you're going to answer those at the bottom of the document. Now, the responsible use agreement, we've spoken about this briefly before. This is what you would normally complete in school. What's really important is that because you are virtual, you have to complete this by October 12th, or your account will be locked and you'll have no way to do your schoolwork. I'm putting a video at the end of this video from our instructional technology people to tell you how to do that. Now, you may have already done this, and you probably have been bothered by all of your teachers to do this as well. So again, once you've done it once, you're set. Just make sure you have done it by October 12th. Now, we were supposed to have a chess tournament today, but there are only about 15 people in both of my classes combined who have done both chess quizzes and all the tutorials, and that is just not quite enough for our tournament. I want you all to be able to participate. So please make sure you've done all your tutorials, you turned in your screenshots, and then you've done your chess quizzes. And the second quiz is to play a game against the computer. That is from last Friday. You can go back to that video and assignment to figure out how to do that. I think you will be surprised, and I've seen many comments from some of you that you're surprised how much you enjoy chess. So make sure you're caught up, and we will move our tournament to next week. Your independent work for today is to do activity 15 in Google Classroom. We're going to take the retest on your prefixes. So if you didn't take it last Friday, if you were absent, if you just weren't able to take it because of technology glitches, or if you didn't like your score, this is your chance to take it again after the video is over. And then make sure you follow the instructions for the responsible use agreement and complete that and do that today so it's out of your way and done. If you have questions, please let me know. If you need help, please let me know. If you're making up work and you're struggling or you're super lost and don't know how to do it, again, reach out, let me know. Also, make sure you hang out for the end of the video where you go through the responsible use agreement and how to complete that. And then at the end of class today, remember, we'll do our retest on quizzes. So thank you guys for your attention. Enjoy your weekend. Stay safe, wash your hands, wear a mask, and I'll see you on Monday.
The first thing you need to do is sign into your Chromebook. Once you sign in, you will need to accept the responsible use agreement. Select your language, move through and read the terms of service. Once you've done that, click at the bottom and accept, then submit the form. The first thing you need to do is go to Google. And if you notice over here, you have a profile picture already here. This may be a personal account from an adult or somebody else, but what you need to do is make sure that you are signed into the Chrome browser. Notice when I click right here, it's telling me that sync is on. If it is not, if it says sync is paused or not on, you need to do your sync. And I see the profile picture. If it's not the student, you are going to need to go to add a new account. And notice this is Google Chrome. We've got to sign into Chrome, not just Gmail or Drive. So then I would add the student's name. They could pick a little icon and then click add. And then it's going to bring me into this. You're already a Chrome user because of the GCS. So you will click sign in. You will add your information here, and you will need to link your data. And what this is so if you're on a Chromebook or if you're on another device, it links the data for you. So you will click link data, and then you're going to want to turn on sync. Once this is complete, the URA will come up. Select your language, move through and read the terms of service. Once you've done that, click at the bottom and accept, then submit the form.